I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. When we lose together, we rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. When we lose together, we rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. When we lose together, we rise, we fall together. Together we overcome. Together we can be stopped. We will reach those goals we set together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. When we will lose together, we rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. Chelsea, okay. When we lose together, together we win. We rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. When we will lose together, together we can be strong. We rise, we fall together.
Yep, done it again. Great. Right, big up to everybody that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe, all of that crap. It's good to be back. The penultimate game of the season. The last away day of the season. One more away trip. Well, I say one more away trip. Not for me. Not for me. We will be live doing a watch along tomorrow, as per usual. So keep a lookout for that, guys. And yeah, we're going to be discussing everything regarding Brighton versus Chelsea. Also, the latest around Chelsea in the last 24 hours. Decided to take a little day off yesterday. Saw there was a bunch of news topics popping up, but I didn't want to waste it all on the Villa versus Liverpool stream. Even though I do kind of think maybe it would have been worth streaming that. It would be much better to discuss it here on a match preview as opposed to discussing it during a watch along. Yeah, Fraser, come on, man. The watch along's already set up for tonight. It's already set up. We got 2 streams today to make up for not streaming yesterday. So we have the preview today, and then we have the Tottenham versus Man City hate along. Sete. We will be there. We will be there. I have zero concerns about Man City getting a result. I'm just there to see tears. Tears and more tears and more tears and more tears. Yeah, come on, Abdias. Blue moon. So me standing alone. Come on. Big up the Blue Brothers. Big up the Blue Brothers. 2 more games left, people. 6 more points. And we're facing a Brighton team that we really should be beating. So let's hope we don't do any stupidness. I'm going to start off with the positive news. Because I saw Pies tweet this yesterday on his second account. And he said, understand Cole Palmer stormed the fans' vote for Young Player of the Year, receiving over 50% of votes. Kobbie Mainoo was in second place. The votes from the public will be combined with those of a panel of football experts to decide the winner, who will be revealed on Saturday. So obviously the fan vote isn't the be-all and end-all, but Cole Palmer storming the voting process should play a very big part in him potentially winning this. And he should be winning it anyway. I've been saying that the Young Player of the Year award should be the Breakout Star award. And Cole Palmer is the Breakout Star. Like, Mainoo, to be honest, like, as a number 2, if you want to talk breakouts, like, I could hear it. Who else is in there? So it's Foden, Haaland. Give me a sec. Let me just double check everyone who's in there. Foden, Haaland. Saliba's in there as well. Maybe you could have made a shout for Saliba. Although Gabriel's kind of been the better centre-back this season. Saka, nope. Udogie, nope. Isak, I swear Isak's like 24. Like, you're just scraping it into this award. Yeah, Palmer and Mainoo, like, I could hear it. As the 2 breakouts of the year. Because I don't think anybody else has stood out. Maybe Udogie. Maybe Udogie could also get put into that list. But everybody else has already been here. We already know what we're getting with them. So I wouldn't really have them for that award. It makes sense. It makes sense. And I expect Cole Palmer to be a favourite anyway for this. Like, his numbers speak for themselves in this messy Chelsea squad with a crap manager. How could it not be anybody else except him? So I feel very confident that Palmer is going to win Young Player of the Year. I don't think he'll win Player of the Year. I think that'll go to Foden. And I don't really have a problem with that. And yeah, cool. City Academy wins at the end of the day. Fair play. Big up the Blue Brothers. I hope we can go shop there again soon. Yeah, bro. Fraser, I agree, man. Rodri not being on that list is ridiculous. How Rodri isn't in that list when he's probably been one of City's 2 or 3 most consistent players this season is crazy to me. Like, I get Odegaard based off the year. He was moving meaty in the first half of the season. Van Dijk's fell off a cliff towards the end. I would have taken one of them two out and I would have put Rodri in instead. Haaland as well. I forgot Haaland's had a lot of injuries, and to be honest, he's not been the same compared to last season. I know that's a very high standard anyway, but with that in mind, still, I don't know if he should be. Although, to be honest, Haaland's going to be there because he's top goal scorer, in it. So maybe that's kind of the reason why he's in that award, and I get it. I actually get it when you put that stat into account. It should be one of Odegaard or Van Dijk. One of them two shouldn't be in there. Haaland, to be honest, like the more I think about it, I get it. Even if he isn't at the same level as last season. So yeah, Rodri got robbed. I got robbed. Foden will probably win it anyway. So you get an award, we get an award. Everybody's happy. The City Academy wins. I got my Young Player of the Year award. We happy. We all happy. Let's go. No, even Rice. I wouldn't say Rice should be out of it. I don't think Rice should be out of the list. Odegaard and Van Dijk. Those are the two imposters. Everybody else, nah. Lewis, do we go for Varane? I've seen this. I've seen a lot of Chelsea fans talking about this as well. I'm not too sure about Varane because I know people are talking about experience and everything. He's not really done well with Manchester United this season. And when we talk about experience, like one thing we've spoken about a lot is the right kind of experience. I don't know if Varane is the right kind of experience for what we need. I'm not sure. I don't know whether it's Man United tax or anything, but don't really fill me with a lot of confidence. So I wouldn't necessarily say so. And also, what is his wages? Before we even do anything, what is his wages? Because we know what our wage structure is. What is his wages? What is he on? 340 a week. No, that can't be true. 340, man. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. Yeah, that's not even happening. That's not even happening. You can forget about that. You can forget about that. Some guys in the chat saying they think it's United tax. Fair enough. Fair enough. Like, that's why I'm not coming out and immediately saying no. I'm not here for it. No. I'm kind of on the fence with this one, but with the wages, it's not really a discussion. It's not really a discussion. And yeah, I get that, but that's going to be the standard now. That's going to be what he's going around looking for, or at least something a little bit lower than that. We're not going to offer him anything close to that amount. So I think it's a pipe dream. It's a pipe dream. We aren't going to go in for Varane. Forget that. And it's not because of the under 25 rule. That's bullshit. We've been linked with Ivan Toney. We've been linked with Jonathan Tah. Like, we have interest in players over 25. And if I'm wrong, we will see this summer. We will see this summer. If we don't, then I hear it. I hear what everybody's saying. Maybe there is a little bit of truth to it. Right now, I think it's an easy thing to write about if you're a journalist. Oh, we've bought a bunch of young players. Chelsea have an under 25 policy. Okay, cool. We've been linked with Toney for the best part of 18 months. So what are we doing? What are we doing? It's clear not. Yeah, Sean, facts. That's it. This summer we'll know. We will know for sure this summer if there really is an under 25 policy or not. So I'll wait till then. I'll wait till then. I say, will you take Watkins over Osimhen? I mean, I would take Watkins. Watkins has had a sensational season. I wasn't keen on him last year. I heard he was very wasteful with his chances, but like, he looks to have improved on that. I think he's scoring like every other chance he makes. He's now adding a lot more assists to his game too. Yeah, I would, but he's going to be in a Champions League team next season. So I don't see that happening. I genuinely don't see that happening. Big up to Avi though. Shout out Big Les. Shout out, Big Les. But yeah, Cole Palmer, Young Player of the Year. We are just waiting. We're just waiting. Time is ticking. Hopefully, we do get the announcement on Saturday, but it sounds like he's going to be winning it. On to the kind of more disappointing news. I'm sure you guys would have all already seen this from yesterday. Where is it? So, Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart are safe. Their jobs are 100% secured for next season. They are safe ahead of next week's end of season review and will lead the club's summer spending. There was a bit more from Matt Law on this. Let me find the bullet points quickly. So he said, Winstanley and Stewart are not facing doubts over their positions. Both retained the enthusiastic backing of prominent figures on the club's board. The pair are expected to continue leading the club's transfer business this summer. What else? The club are looking to sign a goalkeeper, a striker, left back, and centre back. They may also look at the goalkeeping position. The remit of Winstanley and Stewart extends much further than recruitment. A lot of their work goes unnoticed to those outside, according to sources. Which, I mean, if a lot of their work goes unnoticed, there's a way to help us notice. You could tell us, you know. You could inform us of what they're doing behind the scenes. And educate us. It would help us a lot. It would help us a lot. Just extra information. You know? Would be nice. But what else is there? The bosses of Winstanley and Stewart are delighted with their overall work and believe they will be further helped by the addition of Director of Global Recruitment Sam Jewell, who reports to them. It remains to be seen whether the club will relax their recent policy of signing players aged under 25 or whether Pochettino can convince them to sign experienced players instead. Again, I believe that policy is BS, but we will find out this summer how true it is. We'll find out this summer. Next week's end of season review will focus on the performance of the entirety of the season, which could lead to some awkward conversations over the first half of the season where the team suffered a number of difficulties. Now, that's something I like hearing. Poch, who has admirers elsewhere, will want to be confident in the plans of Winstanley, Stewart, and the owners. I said he's got admirers elsewhere. Mad. Okay. The club denied claims they're looking to sell Cobham to comply with PSR. Okay, so maybe Cobham isn't being sold. We know the hotels are basically being sold. I don't really care too much about that. Even Cobham in general, like, for me, it's a thing where if they tried to sell Chelsea, it's not like they can't. It's not like they wouldn't sell Cobham with it. Like, that is part of the club. You buy the club, you buy the training ground. You need a training ground to play football in. Well, to train for football in. Like, that would still be part of the transaction. So I don't know whether to be annoyed about that or not. I've seen a lot of, like, fake accountants and everything raging about it. I don't know enough to moan about that sort of stuff. As it stands, it's something that might help us balance the books. If it balances the books and it doesn't F us in the long term, great. But in terms of directors, I'm not happy about this. I won't pretend I am. Like, these guys have been very naive throughout the campaign. Well, throughout the 18 months that they've been here. The only thing that I will say, though, is, like, the opinions on the summer window are probably a lot more different now compared to what we thought a few months ago, to what Chelsea fans thought a few months ago. Which, again, it's crazy what a structure can do to these players. It's crazy. Maybe we didn't buy a bunch of bums. Maybe we just hired a bum. – Maybe that was the thing. And that's another reason why These directors, no. No. I'm not happy. Because you lot have not done enough to, like, make us believe in you. Yeah, the transfers, to be honest, like, the only duds that we've really had is Sanchez. To a point, Mudryk. Like, I think Mudryk's just been, like, probably overpriced, if anything. Maybe we could have found better than Disasi, but, like, even with our structure, I can't even properly judge Disasi because our defensive structure is a joke. Our set-piece structure is a joke. So how can I fully judge the defenders? That's like me saying all our centre-backs were crap under Lampard. Okay, Tuchel rocks through and suddenly we have the best defence in the last 25 years of the Champions League. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And also, it goes without saying, the manager ID. You man spent 3 months looking for a coach and then you ended up with Mauricio Pochettino. This absolute cancer. So you have not done anything to, like, really give us any belief in you. And Joey, I agree as well. Like, they can right a lot of wrongs this summer. I'll give them the opportunity to do that. Like, I agree with you on that. But as of right now, I'm not looking at this and thinking, yay! That's what we need. No. That they need to do more. But you're not going anywhere, so step up. Biggest issue has been the manager. You get rid of him, that'll be a step forward. You bring in the right players, we have a strong window. We get a good number 9 in. Get a left back in, get a centre back in. Maybe a goalkeeper. Maybe a left winger. If I can come out of this summer window thinking, all right, cool, I'm confident. And then next season, we start cooking. We'll see. But for now, no. I feel like at least one of their heads should have been rolling with Pochettino's head. One of them should have been rolling. That's crazy. I said, don't judge Disasi for being worse than a scapegoat 39-year-old. There was a big period of the season where Disasi was our best centre-back, so I don't know what you're talking about. Chalobah's probably looked like the only consistent centre-back, and that's been because he's been injured for about 6 months. So, what are we doing? I don't understand that. But yeah, I don't really understand these directors either. Here's what it is. Big up to Anthony LaFleur, saying it's very weird to see Arsenal fans wanting to cheer their rival Spurs on because they want the league title. As a Milan fan, I would not cheer for Inter at all. I hear it. I couldn't cheer for Arsenal if they had to win a game and that game would potentially get us close to a title. Like, I would just sit back and observe. I would just sit back and see what happens. Is what it is. Like, past that, like, I can't say you should want Spurs to lose. I can't say that. Because, I mean, obviously a Spurs victory actually helps you. But I ain't going to be cheering. If I was one of them shadow dwellers in North London, I wouldn't be cheering. I'd just be like, okay. All right, cool. Now we have to do our job. That's about it. Shout out Hassam for the raid. Big up to Hassam. W Hassam. Love to see it. Big up everybody that's in here. Big up. We've got just over 300 of you in here. Do not be a Younes. People. Hit that like button. Hit that like button immediately. Shout out Maldini in the chat. So what? So you're down for bringing Varane as well? I think the biggest stumbling block would be wages, but I'm not too sure with him. Not too sure. Lenny Euro goes without saying. Like, yeah, calm. That guy's going to be quality. Varane, I know he brings experience. I don't know how where his level's at now. But yeah, my biggest thing is wages. I don't think we're going to pay those wages that he's on. I don't think that's going to be a situation. Was there anything else? Kepa. So, like, easy news. Like, don't need to delve too much into this. Kepa will return to Chelsea once his Madrid loan concludes. Fabrizio reported this 2 hours ago. Great. I'm not even angry about this because, I mean, what? You think Madrid are keeping that scrub? No. He ain't going anywhere. Like, we locked this guy in for a 7-year deal. He was the OG 7-year contract, and we just gave it to the wrong guy. Ugh. Whatever. Loan him out to somebody. I don't care. Or keep him here. I don't care. He's got a year left on his contract. It's not like years ago when I was thinking, oh, we need to find a club. It's 4 years left. It's 3 years left. No. You have 12 months left on your contract. I don't care whether you turn up to Cobham or you don't. I genuinely don't care. You are not good enough for what we need. Bye. Go find a loan club or something. Start work on that immediately. See if Bilbao want you back or something. I said United's best defender by a mile to me. Okay, so you think it's United tax as well. Okay, fair enough. I still don't think Varane happens anyway. But okay. At least you don't see it as a case of declining. But wages, for me, it means it's not happening. We are not giving him 340k a week. It's just not happening. You know, if he was willing to vastly reduce those wages, now we got a convo. Now we got a conversation. Man said, you ready for the conversation that we actually downgraded from Kepa with Sanchez? What a mid-off. I'm not even doing a Kepa versus Sanchez argument. I'm not even doing it. Like, that is a waste of time. That is a waste of good oxygen. I do not need that. None of us need that. So, yeah, Brighton versus Chelsea, anyway. 6 more points. Our last away day of the season. And I'll be so real with you, Brighton are there for the taking. These men are out of the race for Europe. They are basically on the beach. Their defense can easily be got at. And we know our attack isn't a weakness anymore. It's not last season. Even their attack, like, I saw a stat. Brighton haven't scored more than 1 goal in a game since February 18th away at Sheffield United. And that is insane. Like, let me just double check that just to confirm. 1 goal against Newcastle, 1 goal against Villa, none against Bournemouth, none against City, 1 against Burnley, none against Arsenal, none against Brentford, 1 against Liverpool, 1 against Roma, 1 against Forest, none against Roma, none against Fulham, none against Wolves, 1 against Everton, and then 5 against Sheffield United. And before that, it was 1 against Spurs, 1 against Brighton, 4 against Palace. That was the next one. So since the end of January, they've scored more than 1 goal in about 2 games, which is ridiculous. Ridiculous. With that in mind, by the way, we are still probably going to concede. Because proper Chelsea, we don't like keeping clean sheets away from the road either. What is it? No clean sheets away from home since October. If everyone using that to slag off the Zerbi, by the way, the Zerbi actually has a much worse squad than we do. Actually lost key players. Actually had to deal with injuries. With Europe, by the way. With Europe. That is the one thing that people don't like talking adding when we talk about Chelsea and their injuries. We play one game a week. We play one game a week. The one time where we had our worst injury crisis was when we played our best football. So someone figure that one out to me. Someone figured injuries weren't really a problem when we were smoking Tottenham. When we had that comeback against Villa. So, hey. But yeah, I don't think we keep a clean sheet. I'm thinking 3-1 Chelsea or something like that. I feel really confident going into this game. Like, I don't see us losing. The bigger question is, like, do we see maybe Gusto come back at right back, if anything? Because players are now starting to get fit at the right time. Other than that, I don't think there's going to be too many changes in the lineup anyway. Well, tell a lie. Because we're playing from Saturday to Wednesday, you might see maybe the odd change here and there. You might. But I expect Chelsea to run through Brighton. Yeah, Reece will get a bit more game time. He'll come on at like 60. I don't think 50. Oh, you think Reece should start? I don't think he should start. He's literally had his first appearance back off the bench. Let him come off the bench again. Just give him a bit more minutes. Like, I think we brought him on at what, the 75th minute or something? Let me just double check. So he came on, 79 minutes. So bring him on at like 65, 70, something like that. I am not starting him. Yeah, maybe last game of the season. Maybe. Go for it. Maybe. Or give him a half. Give him a half. Not sure. But yeah, I feel confident. Let's go. In terms of form, Brighton have 1 win, 2 draws, and 3 losses in their last 6 games. We have 4 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. So we're winning on the form table. In terms of stats, just some quick stats. After a 5-game unbeaten run against Chelsea, they've lost both meetings with us this season. We have never lost consecutive visits to Brighton in all competitions. But if we lose tomorrow, we will have. We have only won our final away league game in one of the last 6 seasons. Damn, really? The 3-0 win against Leeds in 21-22. What an away day, by the way. Bun Leeds. But I do hope they come back up. Just for the away day, just for the rivalry. That rivalry is the definition of heritage. Heritage. Brighton have failed to score more than once in each of their last 11 Premier League games. We already said that. And, oh yeah, I forgot about this one. Everybody's favourite stat. We've won 29 points in 2024. 29 out of 51. We have the 4th most points in the league in 2024. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Doesn't matter that we only had 4 good games in that entire run. Let's go. Love it. Love it. Yes, Prize. Yes, I did see that. I did see that stupid clap. Like, whatever. Whatever. It doesn't matter that that's basically just over half of the points available to us. Doesn't matter that we only had 4 good games in that entire run. Doesn't matter that there's no context of the Brentford, Burnley, Sheffield United draws. The awful victories like Palace, Fulham, United, Forest. But hey. That's only 4 good games. You're taking the piss. Okay. Bar Tottenham, West Ham, Newcastle, Everton. What other wins did we have that was good? I'll wait. Yeah, Wilkage, that's it. This league has been scrubbed in 2024. Absolutely scrubbed. I said hearing that news made me do the Mount clap. That is insane. That is ridiculously insane. So, any other games? Nope. Okay, cool. So, we'll go into a few of the Poch quotes before I send the link out. That silence was crazy. So Poch said, "We need the fans to be together and create a good energy. I don't need to tell the fans to love me. I care about the fans. I care about the owners. I care about the club and the people. It needs to be an honest relationship. I don't want fake love. I know we need to win games, play well. The fans need to enjoy to create this link with us. The most important for us is to be very respectful to the fans, owners, club, players, and staff." Which I'm actually glad. I'm glad he mentioned that about wanting the fans to be together, but not needing them to love him in the process. I'm calm with that. I don't have any issue with that. Nice. Good start. I said Newcastle. Manchester City, I mean, we drew. And I still think the game management didn't help. If you want to add that one, go for it. I think that's in the middle, if anything. Villa, again, I said wins, but okay. I'm still at four good wins. What else? It's not a question for them, talking about if the fans like me. In Tottenham, shout out Hussam in the chat, big up, appreciate the redirect, bro. It's a question for them, if the fans like me. In Tottenham, the first season was tough also. You're talking about Villa in the cup. Oh, if you're talking about the cup, then fine. I'm talking about in the league. If you're talking about the cup, go for it. That was actually a good game, so that's cool. The first season was tough also. We are not fake people. It is easy for me to kiss the badge after 3 games. I respect the people who do this, but it's not me. I want to create real feeling. And now I understand that, but like I also feel like he's over-exaggerating things a little bit. Nobody has spoken about you kissing badges. I genuinely don't care if you kiss the badge or not. When people have been talking about your connection with the Chelsea fans, they've been talking about you clapping the fans after the games. They've been talking about you showing appreciation to the fans after games, especially the away matches. You don't do that. You don't clap the fans who put their time and their income into following the club. And that's the reason why a lot of the match-going fans say they don't have a connection with the manager, because he doesn't try to create a connection with the fans. So, yeah, I think that's a bit of an over-exaggeration. Nobody's talking about you kissing no badge. We don't care. And it's genuinely, it's got nothing to do with you being at Tottenham. What I've been more annoyed about is his mentality sounds so Tottenham-esque. Nobody cared about you being an ex-Spurs manager. Like, we've had Mourinho who went to Tottenham, Conte who went to Tottenham, Ija Johnson who went to Tottenham, Glenn Hoddle was at Tottenham, and they're all looked at as greats at this club. Maybe not Conte. I like Conte, but I know a lot of the fans don't like him, and that's fine. But the others are. So, it's got nothing to do with that. And also, obviously, tactics, game management, defensive structure, contradictory statements, all that crap. All that. Good Johnson was... What, for Chelsea? You must mean for Spurs. I'm going to assume you meant for Tottenham. And I'm going to keep it moving, because if you meant for Chelsea... Hey, yo. Yeah, for Tottenham. Okay, cool. Calm. Phew. I thought you were talking about Chelsea, bro. Oh my gosh. So you also said next season, I don't want to talk about injuries. Always press conference going to this, going to that. From now, I will stop talking about a young squad and injuries. I wish to show our real quality. Cool. Cool. I will keep that in the bookmarks. I will keep that in the bookmarks if you're here next season. We will see if you stick to that word. Because you haven't stuck to a lot this season. You haven't stuck to a lot. What else was there? What else was there? So the problem in England after 10 games at the top, what happened after? We are punished because of the first 10 games. If you count after, we are in the top 4. Here we go with the waffle. Here we go with the waffle. Try and act like we played good football since the first 10 games of the season. Okay. Like Man United away didn't exist. Like Everton away didn't exist where you dropped our 2 highest goal scorers. Wolves at home. Like Brentford, Burnley, Sheffield United. There's some awful victories, like we said, Crystal Palace, both Palace. No, not the first Palace game, to be honest. That was pretty decent. The away game, though, sinful. Sinful. Fulham at home, 1-0 with a penalty. Whoop-de-doo. Man United at home, 2 homeless people fighting. 2 crackheads fighting. Even the Forest win on Saturday, that was only good in the last 15, 20 minutes. And credit for the substitutions. Wasn't a good game. Why are we just acting like this is okay? Because, yeah, the league's scrubbed. Great. 29 points out of 51 in 2024 is not a flex. It is not a flex. It's an indictment on this league that's the 4th best total this season. That's ridiculous. That is genuinely ridiculous. That's barely half of the points. No, just over half. Just over half. 61 goals this season conceded. Not a flex. Not a flex. The most yellow cards in Premier League history. Not for Chelsea. In Premier League history. It's not a flex. But hey. Hey, we are 4th on the 2024 table. Yeah. Yeah. What a progress. See, if we just manage 5 different games better, I think we're very close to 4th. I think we're very close to 4th of that. As it stands, we are 11 points off 4th with a game in hand already. Fucking hell, man. Fucking ridiculous. This season's been absolutely tanked. That's why even when it comes to window, like, not even that annoyed about the summer window, because you look at the amount of stupidity that we have done this season in terms of our tactics and our game management and our defensive structure. No one will ever gaslight me into saying this squad couldn't have competed for top 4. It could have. We just had the wrong manager running it. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. But whatever. Whatever, that's all done. That's all done. Right, I'm going to drop the link out anyway. We'll see what the panel's saying. Big up to everybody that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe, all of that shit. And we'll see what everybody's saying. Calm. Yeah, shout out Northside. You're being toxic and negative. Toxic and negative. Shout out Northside. Big up. Right, where's the Insta, guys? There we go. Yes, bro. What are you saying, man?
How big up, Lewis?
How you
Well,
feeling?
not too bad. Bit of a mixed bag with the news that's come out, isn't it? Like,
Oh, the Winstanley and Stewart news. Or
yeah,
which one?
yeah, pretty much. Winstanley and Stewart, like, they've made mistakes. We all kind of know this, but like, they're obviously not going to go. So, hey, just don't make any of the same mistakes you made before. Just try and rectify as much as you can, and maybe there's a chance for them to redeem themselves. But yeah, I think
That's
Poch
the
is
thing.
more.
Like, I think one of them should have gone at least. But with where we are now, with the squad that we have, I don't really have too many complaints about the summer window, except maybe we should have, well, even trying to find another number 9, all of our options weren't that realistic at the time, except maybe Gyökeres. That one, I think, is a bit of an L from them. Sanchez, L.
Yep.
Mudryk, looking like an L. I want to at least wait until he gets a new coach and then maybe come to a conclusion. But as of right now, it's looking a little bit like an L. The rest of them, like, Noni's finally getting minutes and he's looking good. Jackson just considerably improved throughout the season. Palmer's done well. The defenders, I can't really judge them because our structure's been ridiculous. Caicedo speaks for itself. Like, my problem is the manager identification.
Yeah, 3 months or whatever it took to interview him, but yeah, that's not looking good.
They have the chance to make a good start, though. Sack Poch.
Yeah.
And bring in the right guy this time. Bring in somebody with actual quality. Not someone who's been living off what he did at Tottenham fucking 6 years ago. Football hasn't moved past that.
Yeah. So like when you phrase it like that, there's been some good, a bit of bad, like from those two, but yeah, if they're staying. Like there's not too much we can do about that at the moment. But yeah, Poch is really the onus should be on him. Like really should put the spotlight on him, and if they've judged him that he's done a real bad job enough to get fired, then so be it.
If they're judging it based off the entire season, then it shouldn't even be a long conversation.
No. I heard something about like Poch was trying to say like he wants the injuries to be taken into consideration when they come to their decision to fire him or not. I'm like, well, to be fair, you're probably partly responsible for how some of those injuries took place as well, your training methods and whatnot. But obviously, medical stuff is a factor too. But yeah.
That has to be taken into account as well. Everything will be, thankfully. So maybe you see some players from the medical department leave. Maybe that.
Because I heard something about Egbali's going to have the final say, right? Like obviously it makes sense. He's partly majority owner, so like he'll get the final say on these sort of decisions. But hopefully he just does a thorough investigation and obviously comes to the right conclusion. Really, that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I just you know my thought process. You guys know my thought process.
I'm
not going to go into it too much. I just think that I've been hesitant to destroy these the two guys that we were talking about earlier, Winstanley and Stewart. I've been very hesitant to destroy them because I've seen there's only 2 guys specifically that I can say that are probably not good enough, right? Sanchez and then maybe Disasi. But we've seen this story before with a center back, older center back, just gets the right coach, and then all of a sudden he becomes awesome. Like we've seen this story before. It's just based off of Mudryk, they weren't in the building yet. We were still in that process of they were still in their gardening phase from their old clubs. They didn't come in until the end of the season. So we're really talking about 2 guys. and Robert Sanchez was specifically picked from our goalkeeping coach. So I'm just been very hesitant to like kill these guys. Now, I killed them over the January window because I thought that we should have been in the market for a striker or at least kept one of the strikers that we have. But beyond that, it's like I don't want like, bro, how many times like think about it this is the way I think about it, right? How many places you for yourself, everybody, right? Within the first year of working somewhere, we're not talking about football. Within the first year of working somewhere, are you perfect?
No.
Everybody, right? Everybody, right? Like, are they perfect? Are you perfect when you go into a job in your first year? Are you ever perfect?
No.
Has there ever been a scenario? Has there ever been a scenario in football where these directors? You can go to Tiki. You can go to what's the guy at Liverpool? Edwards. None of these guys had great first years. We're talking about like Edwards is the greatest sporting director in history, supposedly, and he picked up Ricky Lambert as one of his first signings. Like we have to like as much as I want to just kill these teams. We could kill them on hiring Poch. We could kill him on getting
big up
Sanchez. I mean, you can kind of hit him on Disasi if you want, but like in a first year, like outside of Poch, if it wasn't for Poch, we know that these players were capable of getting top four. What are we, 6 points out of top four? If we had a few results going,
11 with the game in hand.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean. You get the point. I mean, there's so many of these games where it was just like slight mismanagement here or there. We missed out on points against Villa for whatever reason. Drop points against the lowest squads. So Burnley, like for me, it's like, is that a director situation or is that Poch not doing what he's supposed to do situation? Right?
That's
like
a manager's problem.
Like this is how I've always taken this, and you've said it earlier. I don't have a ton of time. I have to get back to work here shortly. But
yeah, no worries.
But let's see if they changed the model from this year, right? They picked up their young core. They got the young core around them. If they pick up a few older guys, say it's Victor Osimhen and two more guys who are around the age of 25, with Estavo as the young signing that we get for the year. What does that say about them then? Where do we land on them? Do you see what I'm saying?
That would look a lot more optimistic, which is why I'm just gonna wait until this summer now that we know they're staying.
That's why I couldn't ever just say fire him, right? Because it's like it's way too soon. 1 year, if you have 1 year as a sporting director and you expect them to be perfect, you're just being delusional. That's just the nature. You're just being delusional. Now, could have they done more? Yes. They absolutely could have done more, and they could have done better. But so the young kids that we got this year, the reason why we're here is because your good old ownership of the stadium group doesn't want us to move. We have a 60,000. If we have a 70K stadium, we wouldn't be having these types of issues of having to buy and sell these youngsters. It's just what we have to deal with, and they're doing what they have to deal with. That's just the nature of it. And until we see a bigger stadium, this is the model. Get used to it.
I hear it. And for everyone saying like you should at least have the same energy for Poch, here's the thing: Winstanley was never a sporting director before. Even Stewart was, so you can hold Stewart down for a little bit of criticism in itself. Winstanley though wasn't. So with Winstanley, like maybe I could hear this being the first bad year for you, but you can't make any mistakes this year.
And to be honest, I do have the same opinion on Poch. he gets the minimum, he gets to our minimum requirement, I'm okay with him staying. But my minimum requirement is being in Europe. So if he does not get it, that's his job. It's that simple. It really is. It's on him why we're not in these places. There's way too much. Like we're only in goal difference away from being in sixth place. Only goal difference.
Mhm.
So it's like it's only on him.
You're United tomorrow.
It's only on him. Big up. Go to yeah. United, please do something for us. That's all I can say. And
Even a draw and we could.
yeah,
Yeah.
just do something for us. All right, I'm gonna
'Cause
get
we
back
ha-
in the chat.
No worries, man. Bless up, man. Good to have you on.
Let's take care, Joey.
But yeah, it goes without saying, like our last two games, we have a Bournemouth team on the beach, we have a Brighton team on the beach. We cannot mess that up. Newcastle, I didn't think we were gonna drop points, except maybe tomorrow. Now they've dropped points against Brighton. I really think we can get above them in the league because I can't say for sure that they take 6 points out of their last two games, especially with both of them being away from home. United, they've got their own European hopes to try and fight for. So that's going to be a straight shoot fight. Brentford, I don't think Brentford are going to be able to do anything for us. So I feel like it's a little bit of hopium for that one. The Man United at least have a little bit more to fight for. So with that in mind, we could easily get 6th place, which, I mean, cool. We've managed to get Europa League in the 90th minute. We could have been competing for top 4. Which is a little bit bittersweet. But I mean, if we're into Europa, I guess that's 2 routes into the Champions League. Teams aren't getting relegated from the Champions League into the Europa League next season, so we have a much better chance of winning that trophy. Calm. I ain't celebrating it, but it's progressive. It's progress. We move. Now you go and you win the Europa League next season because this is our longest trophy drought in 20 years. I am not trying to add to that. I'm not trying to add to that at all. Nathan, you feeling confident for the game tomorrow, though?
Yeah, I'm feeling quite confident, to be honest. Like I feel like this team has built, like somewhat of a bit of team chemistry together now. So provided he keeps a relatively same lineup, I don't see why these guys can't get a result against Brighton.
Yeah, you and me both. I don't really think there's going to be any changes except maybe Gusto comes back. Maybe.
You don't think maybe he might switch Mudryk for Sterling, possibly?
Nah, Sterling and for me, I'm just seeing Sterling as a super sub now. I don't want to see him starting. Yeah. Too many times he's come off the bench and he's had decent impact for us. I'd rather just keep that working. Yeah, just keep Palmer on the right-hand side with Noni, like we've been doing, and don't change that like we did in the first half against Forest. Because at least with Gallagher will give you the defensive work rate that Mudryk won't. So he'll help out on the left-hand side a bit more. You put him on the right, it's a bit pointless because even Noni's starting to track back a little bit more now. Now Noni's just left isolated. Although then again, it's a bit of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation because it's either Mudryk isolated or Noni isolated. Yeah. I guess I'm just a bit more confident in Madueke than I am with Mudryk.
Yeah.
So I guess there's that. But past that, I don't think there's going to be... What was that?
It just gets a little bit complicated now, like Reece James and Kunku, a lot of these guys now come back from injury. Like, you just feel like this guy, the manager's starting to think, oh, maybe I could start these guys a bit more, give them a bit more minutes, risk them in games like this. And we're just like, please don't risk the safety of these players like the last 2 games. But it's a possibility, maybe another 10, 15 minutes off the bench here and there. But other than that, yeah, just keep the lineup the same.
No, to be honest, I don't even feel that worried with all the other injured players coming back to fitness because to me, it's just, okay, cool. We got a strong bench. Keep it that way.
Yeah.
I don't need to rush Nkunku back. I don't need to rush James back. Maybe you can put Gusto back into the lineup if you want to. I'm fine with that. Past that, everyone else, cool. I'm just happy that we're now down to only 4 injuries. Who are the players out again? Let me just double check. So, Sanchez, Enzo, Fofana, Lavia. So, basically, Sanchez and Enzo. Because, the other 2, you've just been there all season.
Yeah.
You have your own bed in the medical room and everything. You got your own name
Pretty
attached
much.
to it and all sorts. Yeah,
You
bro,
know,
I
got a
hear
strong
it.
bench.
Get Europe.
Yeah.
Get Europe. Past that, I don't care.
Another
Past that, I
game with a
don't care.
strong bench. Yeah, it's all good.
And I think past all of that, I don't think there's any other news, to be fair. Other than Cole Palmer looks like he's going to get Young Player of the Year, which is great.
Yeah,
Shout out Cole
yes.
Palmer.
Pretty much. He's a shoo-in, to be fair. I mean, Kobe Mainer's like broke through, sure, but barely played the amount of games Cole Palmer has. Not let alone the impact on that United team compared to Palmer's with Chelsea. So it should be quite straightforward.
Ugh. All right, cool. What's the Winstanley and Co news? So Winstanley and Stewart are staying. So that's all the news is really. They're going to be here next season. Whether Poch will be here next season remains to be seen. I don't think he will be. Yeah, I did see what Enzo said about Poch. He said Maurizio brought order and identity to the team. The work ethic is different. It's changed everything and it's positive. The group is more serious and hardworking, and you can see the difference on weekends. I think I'm only starting to see a difference, so I don't really agree with that. But he did also say as well, when I arrived at Chelsea, it was a mess, and there were many players. So maybe he's talking about compared to the mess of last season, there's a little bit more order and identity. Which I mean, to a point, I'm only seeing the identity now. I want to know what it was like last season. Because last season was mad. Sorry,
Yeah,
you have to
absolute
accept
mess.
that these players like this guy, man, and you know it is what it is.
Yeah,
they all like him,
Yeah.
you know.
no, he's a good manager, probably likable, whatever.
And also compared to the last month of Potter and Frank Lampard, Poch is going to seem more structured and more hardworking because even Lampard said that during Potter's training, at least, I know Poch runs them to the ground, but at least like fitness-wise, we were really shit. Even Lampard was saying that. So I guess in that sense, we've gone up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Somewhat.
literally. It's just that. It's like they like Poch. Our team is in a much better position than it was last season because these players want to be here. That's about it. That's about it. Like them liking Poch, I don't really care too tough about like that. We could sack Poch, bring in another manager, and they can go and like him too. Like,
Yeah.
what difference does it make? They're not going to be like, we're leaving. We want out of our 7-year contracts because Poch is sacked. No, they're not going to do that.
No.
And so would you take Varane for a year or two, Lewis? Like, Varane talk is pointless with the wages that he's on. Because, like, we're not going to give him 340k a week.
But here's the thing, Lewis. You could end up in a situation that you're in with Bayern right now, right? Where no manager wants to touch that job because of, like, they're looking at it like, yo, the players want Tuchel to stay. The fans, most of them want him to stay. You guys are still firing him? Yeah, I'm not going there. They can't even get Glasner, who's at Crystal Palace, to Bayern Munich. Do you know how crazy that is? That's unheard of. That's unheard of. For a manager of that caliber to say, nah, I'm not going there. Everybody's saying no. Everybody's saying no, I'm not touching it. So what we don't want to do is have Chelsea become that same poison chalice where people are saying, nah, I'll pass. I'm not going there. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear that. But that's...
For me, like,
go on.
And now my opinion has kind of changed on like some of the players that we should sign. Because I mean, obviously we're not a championship ready team. You know, we're a team that should be making top four, or should be competing for top four. With a couple of additions, we're guaranteed a top 4 place, right? When you look at the rest of the teams, from Aston Villa down, right? We've all lost 9 to 13 games in that like 4-team span, right? Aston Villa's lost 9, we've lost like 11 games. We're all not very, very good. The difference is we've drawn a lot of games while they've won more. That is the biggest difference between us, Aston Villa, Spurs, all these guys. I think Spurs have even lost more than us, I think. Right? But
so Villa 8 draws, Spurs, Newcastle 6, we have 9. Villa have 9 losses. We have as many as Tottenham. Newcastle have more than us. It's the draws.
So it's like 11-11 and 11 losses, and Newcastle has 13 losses.
Yeah, Newcastle's 13.
Those are a lot of losses for those teams competing for those European spots. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big jump. So we're around the same level as the rest of these guys, if we're being honest. Around the same level as the rest of these managers that we kind of talk about. Like, I remember early in the year we were talking about Ange Pochettino. Like, as we see now, as this whole season has gone along, these guys are on the same level, if we're being honest. These guys are on the same level. You've lost as many games or even more games. It's kind of mid. But what I'm going with is, if these players really love this guy, and we do make signings, you might have to just keep him for another year, unless you can get a world-class manager.
That's what I was saying then.
If you can sign somebody who's world-class, I will always take that every day. But if you can't, there's no point in me losing Poch to get
Zerbi.
Zerbi, or to get
somebody up and coming.
There's no need.
There's no need.
There's no need for that. You know what I'm saying? As we know, players are going to get better just naturally. If you're not doing something to completely fucking up their mental, like personally, all these guys are going to get better. We're going to be a better team, a stronger team, just in general. So, if you don't have somebody in mind that 100%, this guy's going to do it for us, he's world class, don't change this guy. Just leave him. Fuck it.
That's why they can't be looking for it too late. You should have already been looking if that was the case. But go on.
Exactly. My point was, like, if you wanted to get rid of him after the something that you actually did that worth being fired for immediately. Now it's slightly different conversation, because not only us that looking for the manager, there's nobody there that I think they will go for it. What I want, and what I want is, I want to tell you the truth. I want counter-attacking style. I like not counter-attacking completely, but I want the center backs to be center backs. I want a defensive wall. I don't care if we win 1-0. I really don't. I want the physical team.
Here.
You see what I'm saying? I want a physical team. The problem is, don't get me wrong, I want them out. It just depends who you're going to bring me. I'll take him back for Tuchel. Right now, I'll take him back for Tuchel. Right now, I will take him back for Mourinho. Right now, I'll take him over. I'll take Atleti manager over him. Right now, I will take, what's his name? Italian manager that used to be at City.
Oh, City.
What's his name?
What was it? Mancini.
I'll fucking take Mancini over Pochettino right now. You know why? Because he knows how to set up the defense. Poch doesn't. Zerbi doesn't. Whatever that Portuguese guy doesn't.
Yeah.
Amorim?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. He could. The problem is, it's a Portuguese league. We're all slightly defensively than us. Like I said, the whole don't get on my train, Bush. Get back into the bush where you came from. Bush to the bush. You want the Derby. Right? You want the Derby, Bush. Shame on you.
To me, isn't the biggest aspect.
Because
I hear what you're saying. You can bring somebody in to fix the back line and everything else. But as somebody who loves Simeone and these guys, I know how they operate. Right? There's a lot of freedom that they give to their attacking players. A lot of restrictions too, in terms of them coming back and pressing, and working for the team, and all these different things. He's more set for, in my opinion, he's more set for guys who already know who they are. Not guys who are still developing. You're still figuring it out. You're still, you know what I mean? You're still trying to figure out where this guy's going to play. There's still a lot of wonky things going on in this team that, that's why I'm just one more year, and then go pick up these guys when we're actually ready to win titles and we're actually ready to go for that top. If we're saying this summer is that summer that we're going for that, then obviously, get the manager and get the players in. But if you're not going to sign your Osimhen, if you're not going to sign some of these guys, well, there's no point. To me, there's no point in paying $40 million to get someone like Simeone out of his contract. There's no point in doing that. because he's going to end up like he is in Spain, 5th or 4th.
Nah.
Not going to be much better to me. If you're not going to get those kind of guys. Like, your background is going to be better, yeah, obviously, but, you know.
Nah, I don't believe it.
Well, I mean, that's you, but I just don't see us challenging for a league title with this exact same squad.
Do you understand that? Daniel, do you understand that the way he plays in Spain, because there's more, how you say it, technical teams over there. So the way he plays in Spain, not necessarily is going to be the same way because Premier League is not as technical as La Liga, players wise. So defensively, the way he plays versus La Liga, that doesn't mean that he has to play same kind of defense in the Premier League, because again, not as technical.
Yeah, it's more intense, more fast pace.
They're I don't know if I believe that anymore. I think overall there are some, you know, players of higher technical ability in Spain, but overall, when you watch some of these games, like I watched them a few weeks ago, I don't remember who they were playing. I think it was Zaragoza or one of those kind of teams. It was meaty ball, bro. It was like I was watching Stoke and these type of niggas, man. I don't know. Maybe people who watch Spain all the time, they see like this crazy technical ability. Every player, you know, has it. Nah, brother, that's not what I'm watching. The top teams are cool, but some of these bottom teams in Spain, they're just like the teams we have here. Hoofball, you know, have a big lump striker up there. That's what the guy who scored for Real Madrid was doing for years for Spain. All they were doing was, what's his name? Joselu. All they were doing was hoofing the ball to Joselu for years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think he might run into the same problems he has here as well. Whether or not we think there's a little bit less technicality in like the Premier League.
And sorry, the two managers who are going to be available.
And I like him, by the way. I love that guy. I just don't think this is the time for him.
Also, the two managers that are going to be available next year are way, way better. You're going to have Ancelotti available, and you're going to have Inzaghi. So he's going to be out of contract.
I'm willing to listen, Inzaghi. I'm not okay with Ancelotti.
No, I know, but I'm saying those are the two, because we know Alex, that Simeone is not going to leave Atletico anytime soon or ever.
Well, explain that. Why aren't you okay with
Simeone will not leave Atletico until somebody comes for him.
I think Inzaghi's got a release clause as well, to be fair. Just don't know how much.
But I think he needs that extra year because I want him to win the league 2 out of 3 years.
By the way, Ancelotti is not leaving next season.
I think he is, because he has 2 years left, but by then I think Alonso's going to come in. Alonso's going to come in after next summer.
He might or he might not. My question to you guys is, I'm going to know to Alex is, why wouldn't you take him if he wanted to come back?
I think too much freestyle. I like Ancelotti, but he's not too much freestyle with all the team. If you remember some comments after Ancelotti left and got the way Lampard was talking about him, with Ancelotti, he's more like a free spirit in the practice. He's not as intense. I think that's how I think it's like a little bit. Ancelotti's style is not as. I don't think it's way too open, like way too freestyle, and you have to have quality in the midfield, and you can see it how he does it with the midfield. He can add if you can give him somebody like De Bruyne and players around them, youngsters, then yes. But to not have nobody quality, I just don't think even Ancelotti can do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes and no. Ancelotti would do wonders with Palmer.
Yes.
He would do ridiculous numbers with Palmer. And every team
and with that zone Caicedo.
We've seen what he's done with these guys going forward. Like when he came to us with our team that was known to be this defensively structured, we only score 1-0. Brother, we were destroying teams 7-0, 8-0, scored the most goals in Premier League history, broke
it was the best football I've ever seen at the Bridge.
We were just completely disgusting.
Same thing, SJ. Same thing. There's no question
the
about
best
it.
football you have
Why I
ever
love
seen.
Ancelotti is not the manager who you need a perfect team for. He's not, this player doesn't suit his style of play. No, he's like, well, shit, how can I use
No. What I'm saying is, like, based on how I remember him playing at Everton, based on what I watched him in what's the name in Real Madrid. My thing with Ancelotti, if you remember Chelsea's team, Ancelotti, Lampard, and he used the really good quality wingers. Everywhere he goes, he has a really good quality wingers.
What did he?
Did you notice that?
Who were his wingers at Chelsea?
Malouda. Who's what's his name? What's his name? That on the right. Joe Cole was still there.
Kalou, I guess. As
Yeah,
backup.
Deco out, even though he's not a winger. Deco. The fullbacks actually were.
You guys,
charging.
if you
I mean,
guys
Ashley
remember
Cole-
Malouda,
Ashley
hold on.
Cole
If you guys
scored
remember
goals under
Malouda the previous
Ancelotti.
year before he came in, trash.
Yeah, but
Trash.
no.
What?
I mean, he
Malouda
wasn't
replaced-
trash,
you
man.
remember
Come
when
on.
Malouda replaced Robin.
Who
And-
was
and-
you saying was
Malouda
trash?
was never there to replace Robin. Why you sick in the
Yes,
head?
he was. We sold Robin and signed him. What are you talking about?
Who's trash?
I know,
Who's
but
saying
that
trash?
wasn't just to replace him. We had Kalou on the right more than we had ever.
Kalou was a bench player, brother.
Yeah, I know, but Malouda played on the left.
I remember it was Anelka. It was Anelka that was. sort of
Anelka,
like a
here we
winger.
go. That's
Anelka.
the one.
Anelka.
What are you talking about? Robin played on the right. Malouda always played on the left.
He was the winger, the star winger signed to replace Robin. Doesn't matter if it was left or right.
He always played on the left, even for France.
That was the guy that was signed to replace him in terms of a quality.
Yeah,
winger.
no, I don't believe that.
Fact. And he was trash.
Okay, Alex,
He
let's
wasn't
go
trash.
to
He
your
was
point.
he was hard to adapt. He was hard to adapt. But
He was
I
trash
mean-
his first year. What are we talking about?
But Alex,
Okay,
let's go with your
whatever.
Malouda point. I think Jackson could be our Malouda, and we have someone great in the right wing in Cole Palmer. So we just need a
Might be
striker,
our
right?
Malouda.
Like
Malouda didn't
Jackson
even
could be
start
our
on
I
the
Malouda.
don't
Malouda. What are we
look.
doing?
As
He
much
played
as
on
I
the left
love
wing.
Cole Palmer, I don't think he's a winger.
He played a diamond. You guys remember that?
Yeah,
right?
diamond. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If
Okay.
yeah,
with two
now
guys
we're
up
talking
top,
about
Etienne was
now I see Ancelotti. Now I can
as
see
the
what you're
DM.
saying. I see. If you
Played
can
off the
put
right, just
if
like
you can put
Valverde
Palmer
playing off
at the
right.
tip of a
What are you
diamond,
doing?
you want to put
Yeah.
Palmer at
that's
the
what
tip
I'm
of a
saying.
diamond.
Get another striker. If you get like an Osimhen, you can play Jackson or Osimhen up top with Palmer in behind him, or Nkuku or whoever.
Yeah, I
Or
see
in
what
We've
you're
seen
Nkuku,
saying.
yeah,
Ancelotti
exactly.
work that, tweak it. With,
Yeah, forgot
like, he's
Ancelotti
not a-
plays diamond. He
Yeah,
loves
and then if we have
diamond. Yeah.
Lavia, if we have Lavia healthy, then we have Lavia, Caicedo, and Enzo. If we wanted that way, for example, or Carney
Maybe
or
you have
whatever
some-
combination.
Maybe you
maybe
convince me, Daniel. Maybe you convince me.
We have one
But-
really good winger right now, like one really good winger, and then one okay, he's getting there winger, right? Right now. So maybe you can get some.
I don't know. Maybe
But my thing
okay.
is this: when you have that imbalance, Ancelotti has worked with imbalance all his career. He doesn't come in and say, you know, here's my style of play. Find players to fit this. That's the difference between him and some other managers. Like everyone has their own style, but he's not the. When I come in, I need this type of player, or it's not going to work. He's like, fuck it. Who you got? Or he's quality. I'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't playing a diamond in fucking AC Milan for 10 years. He just did
That's
that
what I
when
said.
he came to us.
What's his name? Hussam.
So
Not sure
I don't
about
think
that.
Palmer
and he
is
didn't
the
play
About that
diamond
back
when
then,
Benzema was there either.
No, all of a sudden, I mean, I forgot that he plays diamond, and to have a quality diamond, you need this quality person and at the tip of a diamond. Maybe.
He's basically doing that this
maybe
season too.
maybe
Because
that's the
Bellingham's the 10. Bellingham's the shadow striker / 10, kind of like Palmer would. be.
Bellingham is
Exactly.
yes,
He's doing
Bellingham
that
is the
this
one
season.
there. Yeah, I see what you're saying now.
But he
Right?
did not do it. He did
Palmer
not do
there.
it when Benzema was there. He didn't play a diamond. Vini
No,
was playing off the
he had
left.
to
Now
drop
he's playing
it.
the diamond.
Yes,
And then our
That's
kind
Real
of
Madrid
lower,
not always play diamond. That's not true.
yeah,
either.
and our kind of lower quality version of Real Madrid would be like a Tchouameni would be our Lavia, and then their Valverde's our Caicedo, and our version of Cruz's Enzo. And
No, it won't work with
That's
Chua.
exactly
You're
how
gonna
Real
need
Madrid
somebody
screwed
like
Chilwell. Yeah.
you're gonna need somebody like
Chilwell.
Robertson. To be fair, somebody like Robertson.
yeah, no, I
to
agree.
be
Midfield
fair.
is very similar. I'm saying how we play. With what we've
So
already-
apparently looking for a left back anyway.
Jimmy, are you okay?
Heavy talk, I'm guessing.
Jimmy, you got COVID?
No, that bud just went that bud went down the
It
wrong
went-
fucking
Wrong pipe.
wrong pipe.
I got COVID 20, man. The next one's coming.
Can I ask something? You've probably discussed
Hey,
this
more
already.
lockdown. Let's go. More
can I
man
just
watching
ask
the
something?
streams.
Can I start? Big up everyone, by the way. Where's everyone at with Poch? Because I'm having arguments with idiots online who, I mean,
I think
recency bias with our fucking fan base is a disgrace. Honestly, like suddenly Poch is like the greatest manager of all time, and like
That's not
we
what
got
it is
still
with
got him a
me.
10-year
That's not what it
contract.
is with
No,
me.
let him
SJ.
finish and then we can give our point.
Yeah.
What we think.
I don't
Go on,
think
SG.
SG,
Yeah,
are you-
where's everyone at? Because I want him out. Fuck it.
I want them out, but I'll repeat myself again. I want them out, but don't bring me somebody that same like a test.
Deserve.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a
Deserve.
test.
Yeah, deserve. Yeah.
My thing is,
Look, Deserbi could be better. I know Jimmy's about to yell at me. He lost so many players. I don't give a fuck. It's still test. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know the shit I have in front of me. Save some money.
So your thing is you want someone proven. Okay.
Proven.
Sounds-
There's
I
no way.
want
Like
someone
somebody.
proven,
I
I wouldn't be against the Zerbi either, in all honesty. But I
Look,
understand.
do you think I'm gonna?
our
Do you
fans
think I'm gonna
form-
cry river if we fire him and get Deserbi?
No,
I won't. I
fans-
won't.
Our fans
I'm just saying, like, if you ask me, would I do it? I really don't think so. But another thing is, those players kind of do want Pochettino. Like, I don't know. I got a feeling if I play for him.
All these motherfuckers
So we're
are
hearing,
coming out
yeah.
doing interviews talking about
And also Amrin is saying
Yeah, I remember saying, yeah.
But our fans are more likely to.
Exactly. I don't think anybody's actually going for him.
Going for
But
who?
No. Nobody
Amarin.
that he wants is going for him.
Yeah. No bigger club going for
He doesn't
Sporting
want to go to West Ham.
manager.
Kind of niggas.
Amarin, but didn't he tell Liverpool no?
Well, that's what they say. But
Okay. Well, Cubs want him. He just telling motherfuckers no. He got options.
if he, no.
not tell
If he
Liverpool
goes
no.
to Liverpool, sometimes the you know, like what the club wants, not what the manager
It's
wants.
not the same thing. They're not on the same.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like
yeah,
it's not like he said no. It's like I don't think we can work out. Like,
yeah.
you know,
Okay. Yeah. Hussam just said it. Hussam just said it. He wanted the option.
Oh, yeah,
to bring in
yeah.
his players.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you're
it
not
didn't
doing
work.
that shit at
Okay.
Liverpool.
All right.
Is our
You're
fan
players.
base
You gotta
more
do-
likely to warm to
So
Deserbi
coaching
than-
wise, everybody rates him, but managerial wise, that's the difference.
but that's the whole thing.
But that's the thing. That's the thing, Jimmy. You got to be able to prove.
Exactly. I was
that
gonna
you
say
can
it's the same thing.
handle- You can handle
Go ahead.
the politics of a big club. That's
Yes.
the difference. This is why I don't want Potter. This is why I don't want the Zerbi. People are talking about, oh, the club is doing. This is a political club. You're gonna encounter so much bullshit.
Exactly.
that you just have to
We got
handle
the
it.
war
This
thing,
Poch nigga is
Mungo.
breaking down. Now
tough.
he's doing interviews saying, "Oh, they haven't talked to me. What if I leave? I want to leave too. What if this?" He's losing his mind. This is
He's
Chelsea.
a fucking idiot. Get him
Look,
out.
look.
He's a
Here's-
mercenary.
Nothing is
Get
gonna
him
go
out
right
of
for
the
you, brother.
fucking
You have to be a little
wanker.
crazy.
Here's the thing. What I think that the difference between
Interviews crying and
Wh-
shit. Oh, they ain't call me.
look,
Fuck
the
off,
big
Poch.
managers,
Fuck
the
off.
big managers. Here's what happens between owners and the big managers. When the big manager is saying, "I want this name," he wants this name. Some managers say, "I need to fill up this hole." You see what I'm saying? So what Mourinho does, I want this specific person, and if not, this is the second, and if not, this is the third. So if those players don't work out, it goes directly on the manager. You see what I'm saying? You can kind of follow up which managers are staying longer with the club without getting bust up with the owners. If you see the manager does not get bust up with the owners, you know the freaking thing that he's saying what we wanted to hear. He's like, you give me those players. I'm playing them. You see them playing, right? With Mourinho, it's different. Mourinho bets on himself, saying, you know what? I know my skills. That's the player I want. That's the one you need to sign. I don't care about what's his name, that that brought Hazard. He doesn't want him. That's what I'm saying. So to have that, do you think Pep Guardiola doesn't have a say in the transfer? The fuck he is. He probably signs up 99% more than his football directors. Do you think Alex Ferguson did not sign off on all the signings? Why do you think those big managers are?
That's why I even had those duds like Bebe and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the whole freaking point. Klopp.
But
Some
I also-
managers are actually
sorry.
bad at scouting. Some
You
managers
wanna
actually
see him,
bad
bro?
at scouting. Tuchel, bad at scouting. He's a better manager that has a good director.
Tuchel
And
talent
he
ID
proved it.
shit. I don't care what
That's
nobody
terrible.
You see what I'm saying? That's what Jurgen Klopp,
Listen, I
good
can kill Tuchel, but I don't
good
know if I
manager,
agree with that.
bad
You can't be a top
signings.
manager if your talent ID is that bad. Like,
No, I'm exaggerating, Daniel. I'm not saying like, you know me. I'm just exaggerate. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's shit. He's that fraud. I don't mean he's fraud, but you know what I'm saying.
yeah, but I mean, he has to be able to know what he has to be able to know what a good player is when he looks at one. You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe he may be wrong on how he's going to be able to use that player, and he fucks up and realizes, oh shit, maybe he can't do what I thought he could do in this system. But I'm gonna give Tuchel a little more credit than that. that he's not as horrible a spotting talent as most of us think. But either way, like all these top managers realize if I fuck up, I'm getting fired either way. It doesn't matter if you pick the player, if I pick the player. So I might as well.
Also, I
pick the
think these.
I think he's gone. Do you know that? I think he's gone. I think he's gone. Sorry, bro. I think he's gone. I think they had a standard, which God knows what the fuck it was. Finish in the top four, win both trophies. I think he has failed this season. People are telling me we've had a successful season if we finish fifth. We're only going to finish fifth due to the downfall of our rivals around us. You know, like Newcastle and Spurs and Man United shit in the bed. That's not Poch. That's not Poch. That's not Poch's achievement.
At the same time, y'all can't. You can't have it that you only moving up because the people around you lose. That's not how this world works. That's not how it goes.
I agree with you, man. But at the same time,
Let me finish. You only can go up the table if you're winning. That's it. You can't go up the table no other way. I don't give a fuck what your opponent is doing. The only way you can go up the table is winning. The only way Arsenal and Man City and the motherfuckers look so much greater than everybody else is they don't lose to the teams they should win against. That's the only difference. Like, people make it seem like it be this super mega huge gap between these teams, and it really don't. If you just go game by game, individual game by game, as much as people talk about how, oh, this Chelsea team is shit, the play is shit, get them all out. If you go individually, game by game, not the games that the players fucked up. Let's talk about the games that the manager fucked up. Just those alone, we will be in top four.
Yep.
Right? I think we all.
If we beat Brighton tomorrow, we are 8 points off fourth.
Eight off of fourth, and then think about dropping points to a 10-man Burnley, dropping points to
Sheffield United,
Sheffield, Brentford.
Bournemouth away.
The first half, Brentford. The first game, first game, Norwich, Forest. Like, all these are games that should have been won. And with those winnings, you right fighting for top 3, top 4. So this idea that this team is just so bad, I'm not buying into it. At the same time, I don't think Poch is as bad as we've been. If you understand what I'm saying, the worst we've been is not what Poch is. I can honestly say that. The worst we've been is not what I expect from Poch. And I think going into next year, I wouldn't expect to see us be as bad as we've been this year. So it goes like this. This idea that, there's no other manager out there.
Yo, Lewis, do you mind putting the table up?
Yeah.
No manager is a good manager until they're a good manager. So I'm not with this idea that, I only want to bring in a winner. Well, nobody's a winner until they're a winner. You got to win somewhere. So I don't know. So when people be like, who you want next? I don't know. I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? So if they got rid of Poch, I'm not crying because I've been Poch out since week 2.
Since West Ham.
If they keep him, I'm not going to sit here and lose my mind that they kept him because there's evidence, there's things that I can see as a Poch outer. There's legitimately, I could probably name like 5 things that if somebody I can say, okay, those are reasons to keep him. And if me as a Poch outer can come up with that many reasons to keep him, then how the fuck could I sit here with a straight face?
I think I can name 3. I can name 3.
I'll be real. There's probably a few distinct ones for me because I'm kind of the same. I'm the same lines as Jimmy is, where it's like realistically, I want him gone. Like if we have to wait till his contract ends before he's gone, then cool. But he needs to leave soon, whether that be this summer, whatever. But I can also see the merits in terms of keeping him from a
development.
From a
continuity.
For lack of a better term,
more stability.
Thank you, Jimmy. I couldn't think of the word. Continuity. Where it's like,
that's the word I was looking
these
for.
owners have a 3rd new manager in 3 years.
That's hard.
Number one, it's not a good look.
Yeah.
Number 2, again with a young squad, it's more change. And as much as I want him gone, and I think he's not good enough long term, the changing manager there is going to cause potentially more problems than it will. So, like Jim, if he goes, I'm happy because, Jimmy, not like Jimmy, I haven't been out for as long as him, but I've wanted him gone vehemently for a long time. But if he stays, then I understand why. If he stays, I completely understand.
I think you put it absolutely beautifully. The angle I'm coming from is, I think when you've got a disconnect with the owners from the fan base and a disconnect with the sporting directors, and you could argue a disconnect with certain number of players as well, the last thing you want is a disconnect with the manager as well. That's why even whether you rate him or not, you're more likely as a fan base to get behind deserving, believe it or not, than you ever would with Poch. Because some people will never rate Poch. Never. You know, Poch can do wonders for this club. They'll never get behind him.
No. But then that would be in a journey and he hits the ground running. None of us here are going to be screaming, get rid of the Poch.
No, I agree. But then
it's good. It wasn't much of that. Oh, he's a Spurs man. It wasn't much of that.
It was never that.
It wasn't.
Only when he lost. Only when he was
like
yesterday.
Let me speak honestly.
It was generally red flag after red flag after red flag after red flag, and I was like, huh?
That he's Spurs, so fuck him. So I can't really say he's wrong. I was on that. I didn't like him.
Fair enough.
To start with, I didn't even want to see what he had to do. I just didn't say.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the overall sentiment of the signing. It wasn't it, because if that was it, he would have been getting fucking booed from the beginning. But it wasn't. That wasn't the sentiment. The overall sentiment.
Here's the thing. Obviously, it's not the same level as like when the fat waiter came to our club, right? We hated him because not only was he a Liverpool manager, but he was chatting shit about us.
I'm about to say he said negative shit.
He was chatting shit. Yeah. So that's a little
different. It's very similar. The Benitez shit is very similar.
It's very similar, but it's not that similar because
I never thought I'd say this, but
he didn't talk about
to defend Poch.
He didn't chat shit about us.
Yeah, Poch has never said anything about us.
He's never said nothing negative.
It's because he's too much of a pussy. Too much of a pussy.
He won't say nothing negative about Tottenham.
Our problem with Poch's words is his contradictory statements and his excuses.
Yeah, he's waffler. He's a waffler, man. He's a waffler.
Yeah, he's a waffler, but like he's not an instigator in terms of trying to anger the fan base.
That's because he's too much of a coward. He's too much of a coward to do it. He's too much of a coward, man. Like, I don't know. I think Jimmy makes sense. Like 100%. Like, yeah, I'm a Poch. I'm definitely a Poch outer,
bro. If they get rid of this motherfucker, I'm so over. Like maybe like y'all know how long I've been screaming Poch out. Like I got Stockholm syndrome, bro. I got Stockholm. Like I'm just numb to it. Like I might cry if y'all fire him. I might say no. Will you bring back my Poch? I got Stockholm, bro.
No,
it's been that long.
I can't lie though. I think whether you're a Poch inner or a Poch outer, I think we can all agree that next season there is no margin for error. He has to hit the ground running.
No more. Give him time.
That's where he will disappoint.
Do you know how I know that, by the way? Do you know how I know that? We even saw Moyo say in the group chat, top 4 is a minimum next season. Top 4 is minimum.
And I want a trophy. I want a trophy.
Trophy won't even be a cause for celebration because of how close we are to it already.
I'll be completely honest. Trophies are nice, but we're seeing with United that can mean fuck all. Make top 4. That's minimum. before anything else.
But Scott.
No. Still a bit of both, man.
I want a trophy, bro.
But I understand what Scott's saying.
You'll never remember the season you finished top 12, bro.
Cup isn't the be-all and end-all either of whether we keep him.
What Scott's saying is, if he did win one of these trophies this year, I don't think I would look at him any different.
Yeah, what I mean is, say next season, right? We win the FA Cup but finish 6th. That's a failure. That's a straight up failure for me. So I don't like. It's not that I don't want to win trophies. Full stop. That's stupid. But I'm saying I want the league to be the focus. Make sure that we are sorted for the league, and then if you win an FA Cup or get to a final, calm, nice bit. This nice on the side sort of thing. But like, league has to be important because we have been shit in the league for years.
Let me drop another piece of. Let me drop another gem on you, dickheads. That these people that be like, the league is shit this year. What exactly does that mean? Every year, 3 teams come, 3 teams go. What is this idea that the league is shit this year? That the league is the fucking same every year. The same amount of points are given away every year.
It's an excuse.
It doesn't change. It doesn't fucking change. So if your team finished 4th this year and then you finish 7th next year, don't be like, oh, the league got better. No, the fuck it didn't. You just played worse. That's it.
I think what people are thinking about.
I would say though, the teams around us though, like they have also dropped.
Jimmy,
off.
I think why people are saying that is usually when we're this bad.
Spurs are like 17 points ahead of us at a certain point.
If we're this bad, we shouldn't be like this.
But we're not this bad. This bad is points.
I think I actually explained it long time ago. The rotation of Premier League teams. Every time we have
subjective.
Every time we have some teams that all of a sudden burst into the Europa conversations, then the next season they actually go into European competition and they fight for survivals. Somebody else burst in that scenario where they somehow reach in the European competition. Yeah. West Ham, Brighton, like you said, Newcastle. They did all this dancing around, get into the Europa competition. Then they actually go to European competition, can't do shit because of it, and they struggle to fight for the 2 competition. They drop down to on the table. So all of a sudden, there's another Premier League on nobodies reaching that European competition, it goes and goes.
This is what y'all leaving off. This is what y'all y'all leaving off. This a high tide raises all boats. These same teams y'all talking about, they're not getting worse. The West Hams, these teams are getting better. So, yeah, this is their first time in those European competitions. Don't expect them to struggle and expect them to struggle in the league. But they're not getting worse. The money in the Prem is going up. Better players are joining.
See, they are getting worse.
Jimmy,
No.
Jimmy, by getting rid of the player that makes them click, and that season Declan Rice, which is humongous part of the West Ham team,
haven't got worse because of Rice leaving. Just because of Rice leaving. They haven't.
I am not saying just. I'm saying if you put the pieces together, you see why they don't click immediately. They're going to be back where they were, but this is how the Premier League goes. Some teams get better one season, they slightly go down another way. Plus, other teams adapt to those teams that do well. They adapt next season against them.
Listen, I'm going to tell y'all this. The money that's in the Prem now has never been in the Prem before. So get used to what y'all seeing. I don't know why everybody keep relating everything to 2005. Like when
I don't even know why you compare
transfers. Everybody be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe they paid that much." Like, what do you mean?
I'm not saying. I don't understand what's the correlation, Jimmy.
This is not for you.
No. I'm saying I tried to ask you a question. What's the correlation with money to form?
Money.
I understand. No.
They didn't have money.
I know. So you're saying that they can buy a better quality player.
Put it like this. You could never get a Kudus to go to a West Ham. Never. Players like that didn't go to teams like that. That's becoming a.
And let's be
That's
real, a
not
manager
true.
like
That's
Emery
not
wouldn't be at
true.
Villa.
Hold on, let me talk.
I can give you.
Bruno Guimaraes and those type of players, Pochettino, those guys never went to teams like that. Now they are.
I can tell you the teams
it's not
win.
a flash in the pan thing. It's not. It's what the players going to be attracted to where the money is. The money in the Prem is not going to go down. The next set of bidding for the Prem in America is going to go up. In the Arab countries, it's going to go up. In this country, it's going to go up. The money is going up, 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 up. It's not going down. So more and more talented players are going to be breaking their neck to come to this league, even if it doesn't mean playing for a top 4. Players are like, you know what?
Maybe you have a point that more.
I'll play for a 6th, 7th, 8th
Jimmy,
and be a star. And instead of leaving from Chelsea to go to Real Madrid,
Jimmy, maybe you have a point.
From Newcastle to go to Real Madrid.
Jimmy, maybe you have a point that there's more of those players, and like there's more, but those things happen even before.
No, it's going to happen more. You
that's what I'm saying. Yes, if you have a point about more,
you keep saying they happened before, but you cannot compare it to before because there's never been money in the Prem like it is now. Never been nowhere
I
near.
don't think if I will hold on a second. If I will ask you what's the money in the Prem 10 years ago versus now, that's not much different.
It's a big difference.
No. TV rights, TV revenues.
Big difference, Alex.
You gotta take inflation into account, bro.
I'm gonna tell you.
It's like 20 times bigger.
There's a big difference to what's made overall.
They're bidding billions of dollars in the U.S.
Also gone up as well, right?
That's what I'm saying, Daniel. Exactly. I don't think Jimmy understands me. Can you repeat
There's a bigger difference in how much money is in the Premier League right now, but the prices of everything has gone up.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
We're talking about relative to today and back then. The money.
I'm trying to explain.
People are willing to pay for the rights. For the Prem, it's way more before relative to then. Not the actual dollar amount. Not the dollar amount. We know it's going to be more now. But even compared to then, relative to then, they're paying way more. The popularity of the Prem has never been this big.
You're not understanding what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
Right?
I don't think you understand what I was saying.
You would sign in years past. West Ham would sign a Mascherano and would sign a Carlos Tevez for 13 million or some shit, right? And then flip that kind of player. Carlos Tevez and Mascherano were top players. We saw when they went there for like 6 months and they completely saved them and tore this league apart. Then you sell them and make your money. Now you have to play 40 million or 30 million for a player like Kudus. Then you sell him next year for 70 million. That's the only difference.
Daniel, I get.
There's still a stepping stone.
No, what, Daniel, I get your point.
Instead of signing Tevez for 12 million, you have to sign Kudus for 12
No, but I think the managers
they're not incentivized to sell like one time. These teams are making fucking money now. They're not going to be in positions to where they have to in a rush to sell these players. It's right. You can watch it. Everybody said, Bruno Guimaraes is going to play one season and then he's gone. This person's going to play. Holland's going to play 1 year at City and go, y'all don't see shit is changing? Remember,
Jimmy, I agree with your point, but wait, it's the managers more so for me because that's like, Unai Emery would never manage a Villa or even Lopetegui, who used to be Spanish manager and Real Madrid manager is now going to be
managing. Even the Bournemouth manager. Even the Bournemouth manager.
Yeah.
I don't think I was talking about that at all. I'm saying like as much as you want to say that they're spending a lot money, more spending, that happened before. It's just the money is so substantial. I hear you. There's more players. I know. No, I'm talking about amount of those players like Kudus maybe increased now than 10 years. But what I'm saying is it happened before. Clubs did what they did. Well, explain it to me. Explain it to me why West Ham dropped so significantly after even with signing Kudus.
How significant did they really drop though? What position
they were 10th last year. They were 10th last year as well. They're going to finish around the same place this year.
That's what I'm saying. They did
And
not
they
at all.
And they lost Declan Rice. They lost Declan Rice, and now they're replacing him. And we could say Declan Rice was one of the players of the season,
What
right?
I'm saying is, like, they went to the competition. They went from, like, the things. That's not this. That's what I'm saying. I would just using West Ham, but this thing happens every season. There's Burnley was less
But
season.
my point
Brighton
is,
before.
these teams are getting better. The Prem is getting better because the overall talent on these teams are getting better.
And that's what it's attracting more managers too. Because like you were saying, Alex, these players are more frequent. So because they're more frequent, more of these big name managers are coming into the league, managing lower league team, like lower placed teams than they usually would. I get your point of
it's
these players
because the
existing.
Premier League pays more money for the thing. You can tell the managers get paid
It's
more.
going higher. That's the point that I'm making. The fucking money is in this league. People can say what they want, but players, coaches, whoever, technical directors, doctors, whatever y'all want, y'all looking at it like, oh, they go where the fucking money is.
Also, thanks, West Ham were 14. West Ham were 14. They're 10th now.
Yeah, West Ham is 14.
No. They were 14th last year. They're 10th now. So I was wrong.
They're actually 9th, by the way. They're not even 10th
now. So yeah, so they've gone up.
Well, let's see by the end of the season.
West Ham fell off. They didn't fall off, bro.
And this was their first year in Conference League.
Player for $100 million.
Yeah, and this year they went to Europa, right? They're in the Europa League.
Yeah, this first year in Europa.
What I'm saying, those teams are going to the competition, and then they struggle.
No, because Alex, they went up position. They went up position. They went up 5 positions.
But
Well, in the
that
first year in
can be
Europa.
said about anybody, though, Alex. Oh, look who all struggling. A lot of people struggling. Struggling is just what it is. A lot of people struggling because these teams that
all us trying to say that there is always rotation in the Premier League in the mid-table.
No, but my point is the teams that used to be easy wins, easy buckets, they're not anymore because you have to fight them. They give you playing against a mid-table team now in the Prem is a real fucking thing now. It ain't like, oh, we just facing the mid-table side. What the fuck? The last 2 years, Chelsea has been a mid-table fucking team. That should open your eyes to something with the amount of talent that's on this fucking team. There's been teams that's been good enough to have enough good managerial and enough talent on their team to go above a team like Chelsea that's full of fucking talent. Remember before, you could climb over people with your talent? Them days are done because the league is getting better. There's no fucking way nobody's not telling me I'm not looking at a better league.
The way
competition-wise. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about compared to other leagues. I'm talking about competition-wise within the league.
Right? Because what you're saying is true. The rest of the league has gotten better in terms of, like, let's say 7 to 14.
The mid
have gotten better.
Yeah.
The top teams though have gotten worse, and it's kind of because of what me and Scott talked about last time. Is the money is spread out, so the top players who will be on your bench are now going to a West Ham to play because they wouldn't be. All that is true. Yeah. But the real truth is, all those teams that are easy to beat or are supposed to be easy to beat, for the top teams, they're still easy to beat. It's still not a problem for City or Arsenal or Liverpool for the most part. It's for the rest of us that we used to be so strong where we were also beating those kind of teams. We've dropped off. And we are the teams that, I know you're putting us in this category. Not even us, fuck it. Spurs, these are the teams that used to go to Europe and play in Europa League and blah, blah, blah. If we fall to the Europa League, guaranteed win. And now you're having Newcastle and these guys in the Europa League getting their ass whooped. So the top end is a lot weaker than it's been. I think the top end everywhere is weaker, even in Spain. The top end of the Spanish league is
everywhere is going to get
the top end of everywhere is weaker because of everything being spread out more now.
Yeah, these players don't want to sit. Look at Victor Roque has been in Barcelona how long? And what he's saying, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Come on, like y'all got to wake up and see that it's not the same fucking football. Victor Roque been in Barcelona for like 8 months. He like, yo, I'm not here to ride no fucking bench. These young players know, like, y'all need to realize, yo, bro, it's not like back then. If y'all think young, talented players are going to be sitting on people's bench waiting to blossom, y'all out of your fucking mind, bro.
That's what we're asking them to do.
You do that Real Madrid side.
That's what I'm saying.
Let him not get no play and watch what happens. He's gone.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. That the young kids they don't have patience no more to be waiting to be developed when they can ready. That's what happens. That's the problem.
We spoke about it before, where like they've seen other players. Like when you see your, like say you're a centre back, right, and like you see like a Colwell being able to start in a centre back for a mid-table centre back team, or you see Kobe Minu starting every week in a Europa League challenging United team. They might be a shit team.
Why do you think Saliba had problems with what's his name? With
Alex, I didn't even want to cut him off, but that's what I was about to mention next.
Saliba. He had problems with Arteta because he thought that he's ready.
Yeah, forget Saliba. How about our player
fucking around?
You know, a player of the season left his club who was top, who won a treble, not to sit on their bench because he wanted to play and prove himself right away. And this is why, if we go back to this is why I think it's delusional for Chelsea fans to be happy with this massive collection of all these young guys, because a lot of them are not going to want to sit on that fucking bench.
Oh, that's cool. I don't really mind that, because I know one.
You got to make
these young talented players. They're young and talented and all that, and they're gonna be worth a lot of fucking money. So if they disgruntled and want to go, they can't go for free.
Man. We're Chelsea, man. We got money. I'm worried about keeping the best of the best out of all of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want a situation.
I hear that we sold the Cobham class.
I like the fact that this guy.
We sold it.
So I'm gonna take this young player over this one. Like we sold.
But then Matt
apparently we haven't sold it.
So we didn't sell it, or we sold it.
It's not been confirmed yet.
It's not.
What's that? The training ground shit?
The Cobham training ground. Yeah.
Yeah, like I have no care for that. Like, who gives a fuck?
I know Scott doesn't. It's going to be no proper Chelsea coming from there.
People think people going to buy a club for $5 billion and then act like they don't own it. Like, what is that? Let me just ask.
No, another billion for
Chelsea fans. When you spend $5 or $6 billion, what am I allowed to do? What am I allowed to do? Like, what am I allowed to do?
It's not about allowed.
No, it is about allowed. You're not listening to
No. I will play devil's advocate.
Everything, I own the team.
Yeah, I know that. I know that. That's not what I'm saying.
I own it.
That's not what I'm saying. Exactly.
No,
there's a
company saying.
It's not though.
What?
I'm
saying fuck you.
But let me ask you a question. Do you know that there's a company that?
Can't say that. What the fuck you can? Yes, you can.
I wish I had $4 billion so I can say what I want to say.
Fans need to start waking up and realizing these teams make most of their fucking money not in the country where they at.
My question is why the other clubs don't do it. That's number one. And number two. Let me finish. Let me finish number two.
Go on, Alex.
I said number one. Why other clubs don't do it? Maybe because it's a loophole. Number two is there's the thing when companies buy companies on cheap just to break them up and sell it and as a separate entities for bigger money.
So Alex, can I give a counterpoint to that?
I'm playing down like a devil's advocate. That could happen. I don't know. That I'm not saying that is, but
whether or not
Alex, can I give a counterpoint?
It's still a bad look to if it was true. Like after your first 2 years, you're already asset stripping. Like it's a little weird.
I'm not a businessman, but I did watch Billionaire TV show, and I thought I was doing that. So
labeling it what they want to label it? Oh, asset stripping. So how do you know that's
literally what it is? These are assets because they sold the whole.
Daniel, can I?
But how do you know this ain't what their plan was? This was their plan from the start?
I'm saying even if it is their plan, it's still asset stripping.
So what if it was the plan from the start? We do all right?
Then it's a plan. Okay, I don't agree with the plan.
Roman was using the club to wash money. How the fuck y'all think the club's gonna run this?
Everybody does.
No,
hold up. Wait. CP, what were you gonna say, bro?
No, I was gonna say big companies like Apple do stock buybacks. That's what I think we're gonna do. Even with these hotels, when we start getting into Champions League and getting this money, we're just diluting it so we can be with the financial constraints. So we're not like under anything. We can buy our Osimhen or whatever we need.
And
if we're hitting regular.
Open like
because Apple does it all the time. Apple, when the stock is lower, they'll buy stock buybacks. Like every big company does put stock buybacks at least twice a year.
That's not what I'm saying. My question is,
I know these guys are loophole kings, so they can asset strip right now and then buy those assets back, but doesn't change what it is if they don't buy it back. If they buy it back,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hold on, just quickly. We know these guys are loophole guys, so they can sell it now for 100 and something million, and then in 2 years sell it back to us for 15 million or some bullshit, and do some trickery like that. That's cool. That's you finding a loophole. But normally, when a company buys another company and starts selling off parts of that company, it's called asset stripping.
No, you are right, Daniel. But also, it's not a full loophole because apparently there's reports that there was some legislation that was brought up about not allowing this, like allowing owners to sell to themselves, but the ownership said no to it, so they turned it down. So they were fine with this happening.
No, I'm saying a loophole with them buying it back, so they can buy it now. They can sell it to themselves.
No, I know, but there was going to be something. There was something in the EPL. They brought a bill to see if to not allow this thing to sell to themselves and buy it back. But then other ownerships didn't want this to happen as well. That's the thing. Other owners don't want this to happen, so they're fine with this loophole happening because they might want to use it in the future. That's the funny thing.
I'm sure there's some financial restriction to it. Otherwise, I'll just sell my stadium to myself and buy.
Tyke Meitzen, your mother sucked my dick because I'm American. What's the difference?
Like, if it's that easy for me to finesse and be able to draw money to my club, I'll sell my training ground every year for 200 million and buy it back the next year for 50 or something. So there has to be some kind of restriction to it. But I'm sure they probably know what it is.
The scary Americans is coming. Run for your life.
People are calling me fake American now. Oh, sorry, fake Russian.
Yeah,
because I'm defending Americans. No, they called me a fake American, fake Russian, fake Russian because I defend American. Tobes called me a fake Russian. He's like, you're not a
fake Russian. You listen to that accent. You sound like you're a fucking American to me.
Fucking crazy, man.
You're done.
Also, Bush.
Some of you motherfuckers is on your fucking parents' fucking phone bill on a family plan, and y'all sitting here acting like y'all know about fucking finances. Shut the fuck up. The other day,
I was waiting to decide how I felt about
this was up here. I'm worried.
It could be good.
On the fence, if you look,
I don't see how you buy Chelsea from Clear Lake and you don't
fake and and fake N word. Yes, I
would
did
have to be part of the deal.
I give
the whole club as a whole.
I'm like, y'all, because I'm gonna say it again. Y'all got mad. Y'all said they're money people. They don't know about football. Now the money side. Oh, they're gonna fuck up the money. Hold up, wait. What is it? What is it? So these gazillionaires is gazillionaires just because they gazillionaires, huh? They can gain gazillion. They don't know what they're doing. You know more about the finances of a Bush. Bush.
Listen to this, Bush. I watch the movies.
With your weapon stuck to your leg because you beat off the night before. You know more about fucking finances than billionaires?
Scary. He's like, it's scary. I saw the films. What movies did you watch? Do you know up until now, still people call me what's the name? Rambo. Not Rainbow. What's that? What's the boxing movie? With Sylvester Stallone. Rocky. Drago. Up until still now, you know that people associations with Russian is still Drago, vodka, and bears.
Drago, that's the first Russian everybody know. Well, no, now it's Putin, but yeah, Drago.
But I'm saying, like, they still call me Drago, vodka, bear, and Sarah Palin can see you.
Vodka, they call you vodka, man. I thought that would get popped.
It sounds like they're cooking. That's what it sounds like.
No. And then when I tell him, you bacon eating motherfucker, oh, you cannot tell it's haram. Bacon is haram.
Yeah, haram.
But call me a vodka drinker, it's not haram.
It's haram, yo. It's haram.
Yeah, exactly, Edgar. Rocky stopped Cold War. Rainbow used the air bows against tanks. Yes, exactly.
They just better get these fucking manager appointments right. Give a fuck.
Yeah, I swear, man. Bush,
we're stuck with Winstanley and Stewart again. So it's like, okay, you cannot fuck up this window.
Hey, look, Winstanley and Stewart. All right, on the low, who y'all know who's been probably one of the best midfielders this second half of the season?
Wharton.
Dennis Maldini, you're not economic. You're accountant. Stop saying economic. You're accountant.
Get him the fuck out of it. They put up memes. Yo, get this fucking Bobby's a championship player. He's been one of the best midfielders this half of the season. And that's one of the first motherfucking names that they was like, Chelsea is on this kid's heels. And everybody lost their goddamn mind.
And everybody
said Chelsea on his heels. What did I say? I said, well, shit. They've been right about a lot of these other young motherfuckers. I can't cuss.
Can everybody stamp the chat by saying Danish Maldini, you're not an economics, you study in
he was repeating what Bush
He
said.
was taking a piss out, but
It's like I'm studying economics. No, you
Jimmy, that's what Bush said. No, Alex,
Jimmy,
that's what Bush said.
Where do you think Adam Wharton is going to play in our midfield?
Huh?
Oh, Bush is the economist.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, but isn't Bush 16? How is he learning economics? What is he learning? Like 1, 2, 3? Like, what is he learning?
Algebra. He used the calculator. He used the calculator.
Huh?
Oh, remember that? Remember what's his name? Dildo Excel? Remember he used to.
Shout
we don't care about no Dildo Excel, man. Listen, Jimmy, we're going to go
Remember
back
he
to
was
the first point
economics.
you said, and
He was a lawyer.
your first point. Where is Adam Wharton?
Daniel, go ahead and talk. Yo, shut up. Everybody, shut up.
Adam Wharton going to play in our midfield? And this is going to go back to your first point.
Oh, where was he going to play? I don't know. I'm not talking about a sense of what he would have played for Chelsea. I'm just saying they have an eye for talent. That was my point.
Yeah, the problem is not their eye for talent. It's the balance.
Oh, well, no, I'm not
It's
sitting
the
here about
balance
to
of the
argue
team.
that.
That's
I'm not about to argue
that's been our
I'm just
complaint.
saying.
It's like we like
'Cause
every single right winger.
The balance, because even this whole balance thing is not gonna. It can't just be determined by
Hold on,
what
think
you
about
see.
this, right?
It's based on also who managing it. So the balance could be. It's half a dozen, 60 other. Because if it was a manager better than Poch, we wouldn't be complaining about balance. I personally wouldn't. I don't buy into we have a young team. That's why we don't. I don't buy into that. I
Also,
completely don't buy.
That's not what I'm saying.
I throw that completely out the window. Me personally.
If you get an Adam Wharton, right? We're seeing how fantastic he is right now because he's getting game time and he's playing. Right? You come to Chelsea and let's say we get rid of this fucking manager. You still have Enzo and Caicedo who would be your double pivot. Those two are going to get most of the minutes. You still have Lavia who hasn't even played a single minute who's going to get minutes. You have Andre Santos who's going to get minutes if he comes back in. Where are you getting minutes from? And he's going to want to start and play like he's been doing right now.
Bro, I'm not saying we should sign him. So I think this conversation is kind of null and point. My point was they just have an eye for talent.
It's not about his talent. It's about the balance.
It is about talent, bro. It is about talent.
It's not. It's not.
That's the fuck I was talking about, though.
But get the right. I'm saying that's why people said they didn't want him.
No, that's not why people said they didn't want him.
No, people were not saying that. Yeah, they were saying he's not good. That's what the chat was saying.
We're not doing that.
I heard
want him because he's not good. They didn't say that. Oh, I don't want Wharton because he doesn't fit. They said he's not good. I remember, bro. Because I was
and that they don't want any more youngsters.
From the people who I remember, because I don't know what the fuck he was.
It's the same with Gordon as well.
From the people who were telling me about him was like, yo, this is just another young guy. There's no need for us to sign him. We have Lavia. I was like, I mean, I rate Santos, so I don't give a fuck about any of these other niggas. But I also hear it like, there's no need to get another young guy. Man. So that's probably why
I didn't want him either. Don't get me wrong. I didn't want him. I'm just saying the players that this fan base bitch about and complain about, saying these they can ID talent. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. They've proven they can ID talent. They can ID talent. They can. They probably can't hire a manager, but they can ID talent as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, their talent idea has not been a question for me. I've said from day one their talent idea has not been
young talent. I'll give it that.
Managerial.
No, I'll be real. Their talent. I'll be completely honest. Their talent across the board, like outside of two players, like their talent across the board. Even Disasi, when we signed him, made sense. It doesn't make sense now because we've had Chalobah come back, but at the time we had one fit centre back.
Jimmy, I DM something for you. Do not miss that.
Look at the other young players they signed in their talent level and compare it to this.
Do not miss that.
You know, it's not the same.
Okay.
No, but like when we signed Disasi, it made 100%.
A miss is a miss. It's cool. You know what I mean? But I think they missed. Is the older? Well, they haven't really.
I mean, it will be a replay on YouTube.
So it's extremely small sample.
You know, I know who Como is.
Some of the older guys they've signed are mid, bro. Sanchez, him.
Yeah, but Sanchez wasn't on there.
Oh, you talking
Sanchez
about talent as far as the older players? Oh, well, my thing with the older players is a lot of us can ID older player talent. If they played a lot, I don't think that's the difficult part. The difficult part to me is
finding an older player who is not at a top club that will work at a top club. That's the difficult part. Because the older players who can work at top clubs are already there, chilling. They're already at Real Madrid's and Barcelona's and blah blah blah. And we're not going to go sign them from there. So we're probably going to have to sign some guy from like a Porto or like a Napoli or one of these teams. They have to figure out if he's going to work here.
Varane? Fuck no. Varane is worse than Silva. No. He's always hurt, bro. I'm good.
He's another center back that has never been a captain. You use the players that are good in old age when they are giving you more than just more than just very good. Yeah, you need a leader.
I'll take Ramos over fucking Varane.
I would rather have
Thiago Silva. Anyway, the wages, it would never happen. 340k a week.
Well, I don't think his wages matter because I think his contract is up, right?
No, but he's still going to look for similar money. You're saying maybe give him a fat sign-on.
Let's slow down. Varane is not getting that kind of money. I don't give a fuck where he go, unless he go to Saudi.
He's going to MLS or join his best
he's going to Saudi, brother. Like
Saudi,
Saudi, he'll get that kind of money. No regular league.
Why do you even want Varane? Listen,
I don't want Varane. No.
Enough with these guys.
Everyone wants experience, innit?
An experience.
That's the first
thing. But that's not experience.
What do you care about? He's won everything. There's nothing else to do. He's chilling.
He's done. At least when Silva came, he had something to fight for. He still wanted to
I don't want guys who they've won everything in world football.
He's won everything.
And they're coming to Chelsea just to chill. Like, let me come and hang out now.
I'm
35. I want to just come chill.
That pussy's won.
I will go back for Christensen.
Go do what you do.
Yeah, bring Maldini back. He ain't won the Premier League yet.
Hell yeah.
Get Maldini back. Let's go.
I will take Christensen with my eyes closed.
Will Christensen take
hell. Let's do some business.
I don't want him to take me the way you are thinking. I just want him to come to Chelsea.
I mean, I
definitely would take Christensen.
There's no rainbow shit over here, Daniel. Cut it out.
I'll take him.
I'm not I know you've been too long in California.
I'll take Christensen over anybody y'all name. Yeah.
Right. I damn even read the super chat.
By the way, are you doing watch along?
Yeah. Spurs watch along, definitely. Yeah, that's already set up. We're gonna run that. Big up Pochettino saying, Joey, if you think bozos like Mudryk, Madueke, Disasi, Badia, Shield, Jackson are top 4 material and future title challengers, then I refuse to speak anymore. Big up Alex, Daniel, only rational for on panel. Well, shout out for the super chat. Big up Alex and Daniel. But I mean, we are 8 points off 4th.
Every single one of the players he mentioned, bar one, is capable of playing for a top 14.
These dudes sound so fucking stupid. Like these dudes sound so like okay. So everybody on City's world class. I think not. Everybody on Liverpool's world class. Everybody on Arsenal's world class. That's what we doing now. That's what we doing now. Individually, let's start going individual. How many of the Arsenal players I would not even want on my squad? I wouldn't even give a fuck that. It's only a few of them I would want, to be honest. Only a few.
Saliba, I'll take the back.
I'll take Saliba. I don't give a fuck about Gabriel. I don't care about him.
Nope.
He's hit and miss with me. I'll take Saliba. I'll take Rice. I'll take what's the fucking
Odegaard.
I'll take Saka.
That's it.
I wouldn't.
And that's it.
If we're talking starting 11, I'll be real. It's even less.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Trossard. I'll take Trossard on my team too.
Oh yeah. I'll be real. I'll be completely honest.
If I have what's his name?
I'll be real. If we're talking purely starting 11, I'm taking 3 Arsenal players max.
Okay.
Arsenal's a good team, but we're not about to sit here and break down their individuals like they got these.
Why would I take Timber based on one game? Timber played one game.
Timber's a good player. He just got injured.
Bush, you're a fucking idiot. No. Actually, fuck it.
Timber's a good player, but he just got injured. He hasn't been fit all season.
Oh yeah, he's a good player, but I'm not gonna say I would take him.
Everybody.
This is a Gusto. This is Gusto.
Doesn't mean that I want him.
He's injury prone in the Prem.
Exactly. Guess how many games he missed because of injuries?
38. All 37 Prem games he missed because of injury, man. Yeah, I would take Saliba, Rice, Saka, Trossard, Odegaard. This is not necessarily for starting 11. This is just the players on their team that I would take.
Yeah,
that's
rest of them motherfuckers. You can keep the niggas. Yeah. Martinelli, I don't even think he's Brazilian, especially with a name like Martinelli. I think he's from fucking Italy. Get out of here.
He's as Brazilian as Jennifer.
Yeah, Jimmy, I said it on the watch along the other day when it was with the Arsenal United. You had on the pitch Casemiro, Anthony, Gabriel Martinelli, Jesus, and Gabriel, and Casemiro was the most Brazilian on the pitch. The rest of them motherfuckers from Bolivia or something.
Yeah,
they got fake passports.
Oh, bruv.
They fake Brazilians, yo. Fuck out of here. I've been watching Brazil since '94, man. Those dudes are not Brazilian, man. I'm sorry. Especially Martinelli, man. Especially Martinelli. He has no pizzazz.
What about that? Yeah, what about that Spurs forward? Richarlison. Martinelli
he got a little Jogo Bonita in his style sometimes.
Martinelli is more Brazilian than
but he's Brazilian than a motherfucker. He sucks, but he's Brazilian. I give him that. He sucks, but he's fully Brazilian. He just sucks. Martinelli, nothing about his game Brazilian. He don't look Brazilian. Look at that mustache. That mustache, he looked like a Paisan to me. Like, what kind of mustache?
I see. That mustache looks a little bit more World War II.
Yeah. Saving Brian Ryan ass mustache.
Exactly.
Martinelli ain't Brazilian. Get him the fuck out. Look at Joe Linton. Look at Bruno Guimaraes, and then look at Martinelli. Nah, bro. Come on, man. Nah. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, when those score and dance, Martinelli stands on the side.
No, Rodrigo's Brazilian in the motherfucker. Like, he talking about he's what? Rodrigo look more. He's a typical Brazilian. Look at that flesh. What's wrong with y'all? He's talking about the striker from fucking Real Madrid, Savić, you fucking retard. He even spelt it the right way. You came and spelt it the wrong way.
Under the Rodri one.
A whole different person.
Wow, what a Bush! What an idiot you are.
Yeah.
I swear, we found Aigal. We found Aigal.
No, he's worse than Aigal.
Yeah, let's say Kennedy.
There's nobody worse than Aigal, man. I swear. Maybe class ref.
No, do you know what it is, Alex?
I miss Mr. Kennedy more than Kennedy, bro. If you know,
Alex,
you
know what it is. I don't have to listen to Aigal every day. Like I can just.
I don't. I actually don't. For some reason, he's less and less on my Twitter line. Maybe because I don't pay attention to his.
Autocorrect don't do names.
Good at Newcastle. I swear he had a horrible loan there.
No, he had a decent loan. He was at Newcastle like 4 or 5 years ago.
I swear I remember them ripping him.
Fuck out of here.
There's only one time Kennedy was good. I forgot under who. I think it was Mourinho or Costa or Ken.
Might have been hitting.
Kennedy was never good, brother.
I'll be real.
I'm saying there's a moment that he.
I'll be so honest. The only time I remember Kennedy being good is that preseason under Tuchel.
Straight trash player.
I just remember we put him at left. Damn. Igal is your cousin?
Shut up, Price.
Wow. Well, every family has the cousin.
I remember we put Kennedy at left back against PSG at home. Remember spending the whole first 20 minutes
Kennedy
saying,
was left back.
Fucking position.
I genuinely
he was a winger around that point, no?
He was a left wing back.
Oh, okay, because I swear I saw him playing left winger.
No, we signed him as a winger and then put him at wing back.
Yeah, it was initially.
Actually, to be fair, I don't even think that was us. I think that was
consider him black. Don't worry about it if I consider him black.
I think that was under Watford or Newcastle.
If I will consider him as black, it's if I will pull me over.
You know what I mean? It ain't matter if I consider him black. Who the fuck am I? The black police? I decide who black. I don't get to decide if he black. He got a black father. Of course he fucking black. Fuck, I'm gonna look at him and tell him he's not a black man. He has a black father. He has African blood running through his skin. I don't know what he want to call himself. Tiger Woods said he's not black, so what?
He's a mulatto. He's a mulatto.
You know?
That's what they say.
Tiger Woods said he's not black.
Of course he did.
I never heard of it.
No,
Yeah,
Maybe it's a place where don't watch golf because I never give a fuck about the little ball chasing by the idiots with a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit this little ball in the hole and shit.
Wow. Big up Ilya saying, "Lol, we sold it to ourselves," referencing the hotels, which again don't really care too much about.
Nope.
Not a big deal. What? Yeah, whatever that. If that helps us balance the books, great. Chelsea has to be sold as a whole if they sell Chelsea, so it's not going to be like, we're going to buy the club and we're going to come for Cobham later. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. But yeah, everyone confident for the game tomorrow? Just one little check.
Fuck out of here.
Tomorrow?
Hell no.
Yeah, we got Brighton tomorrow.
Home or away?
Away.
Juju, your mother's on the pipe. My pipe.
Fucking
and guess what? Every time I lay pipe in her, I spring a leak.
Fucking mad, bruv. Right. I'm going to get some dinner and then we're going to be back for the Tottenham watch along. So keep a lookout for that. Arsenal are Tottenham fans. We are basically City fans. We need United to do a job tomorrow. The end of the Premier League season is an absolute
Do you think
mess,
City players are going to be sleepy because of fireworks?
No, they didn't even travel last night. They just put fireworks out for no reason. Arsenal fans, they're fucking stupid, bro.
They probably woke up fat what's his name? Fat Robbie from his
Yeah, he probably
winter hydration.
What's going on my window?
What's going on?
I gotta wake up.
Yeah, they're in the hotel tonight, not last night. They just woke up some poor guys for no reason.
Can you imagine? That was
Poor brothers
actually
just trying to
Arsenal
sleep
players.
in their hotel, enjoy their honeymoon.
Did they not at least look and see if the team bus was out there? Like,
Do you think they know what the bus is? The people that do stand. Do you
I
think
think
they
the
know
team
what the
bus
bus
was
is?
down there, but I don't think the squad travelled.
now that's I can
today.
understand that. If I saw the team bus, I would assume the team was there too.
But yeah, Arsenal's L. They can hold that. But yeah, we'll be back for the watch along in about just over an hour's time. So keep a lookout for that, guys. We'll redirect you over there. So just hit the notification button and then just do your thing. And yeah, let's go. We need City to do something. Big up everybody. Hit the like button, subscribe, Poch out, all of that crap. Up the Chelsea.